One of the magical things about photography is that it can be a vehicle of discovery. It can be a vehicle of self-discovery, but it also, at the very least, if you go out into the world with a camera and have an open heart and an open mind, it's a vehicle of discovery for the world that you live in.
Photocamp with this idea that the kids would do a zip code kind of story. They spend 4 days in a city. The story has to be edited by a National Geographic photographer. They take as many pictures as they can to capture the sense of place, and then they have to learn how to cut down a story of 300 images or 600 images to 20 images. But what, in the end, Photocamp turns out to be is a group of students who end up seeing their world a little bit differently, developing a sense of pride and satisfaction in their own work, and they find a courage that they didn't know they had before.
Newcomers High School is a New York City public high school dedicated to serving recent immigrants to the area of Queens, and students can be admitted if they have been in the country for less than 1 year and never went to any other school in the United States.
This photocamp was really a cool experience, because not only I was with my classmates and friends, I was also learning how to take pictures well, even with the National Geographic. So it's so cool. You've been saying in the street, "Hey, wait, I'm from National Geographic, let me take a picture."
I think the Photocamp is really an amazing experience, not only for the students but also for myself. I always learn a lot when I do these, and this group of students in the Queens Photocamp are they're very energetic, and they've also made a lot of really great pictures.
They were amazing. I'm not sure if it's because of the different backgrounds they come from or because they've had something taken away from them, whether it's their country or they had to leave their family. These kids are passionate, they're smart, and the thing that really makes a class is that they're enthusiastic.
Now I can see it is a whole new way to see the world through a lens, and it's very, you take more focus the things than when you do with only your eyes. You also get to know that each picture is a story.
I feel like the opportunity for these kids to photograph their neighborhoods in Queens is unprecedented, and certainly is a vehicle for progress in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if we see these kids in National Geographic someday.
Well, I think that they push themselves out of their cultural comfort zone to extend themselves out to talking to people in a language that's not their own.
One of the girls said to me at this photo camp that she now looked at everything around her in a new way, and she saw moments happen around her, and she said that all of this she never saw before. And that for me is really what photography is about. Whether you're a fashion photographer, whether you're a news photographer or portrait photographer or whatever, you're showing people things that they wouldn't otherwise see. And if you could move a mountain that way, then I think you've done a really good job.
I'm so happy. I was so enjoying. It's so grateful. It's a bright memory of my life. It's going to stay always in my heart. Thank you.
How do I feel after this? I mean, I get all emotional because that's it. It's 4 days and then it's over, and I feel like somehow we touch these kids' lives. For me, Photocamp is more of a new way of seeing, rather than just teaching kids how to put together a story.